Hey, what's up, everybody? It is day 5 of 31 and 31, and today we are watching The Babysitter. Now, this is a film that I have heard a lot about, and I just never took the time to sit down and watch it. There's a lot of people that have suggested the film, and there is a very good episode of Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. If you haven't had a chance to listen to them, please go out there and check them out. They're really fun. I've enjoyed listening to Alex for the last year since I really got into them. And Alex is a really cool guy, and I've been on the show before talking Spanish horror, which was really fucking cool because I don't really get to talk about international horror films, maybe except for this month because there might be one that shows up. But in general, they cover both The Babysitter and The Babysitter Killer Queen, which I'm not sure if, I plan to do it for this podcast or these set of videos, I guess I should say. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it directly after or I'm going to wait a bit. I might wait a bit. Who knows? It's one of those things. I'll probably end up making my mind at some point in time. But it's they cover both, so I would definitely watch both films before you go into that. Or if you're not going to watch both films, just they give a real big rundown of the plot and the story. It's not just an advertisement for their podcast for this episode. So, but I really did enjoy this movie. What's the basic premise? All right, I don't want to give a bunch of stuff away. I'm trying to be as spoiler free as I can with these movies. If I can. If it's so bad that I have to talk and rant and rave, I will do that. But I'm trying to be respectful for the films. So the basic plot is that there's a kid. He's a loser. He's very anxious and, he's one of those kids. Some people would call them like new age kids, the way that they are. But that's just the way he is. He's just, he's a freshman in high school. He doesn't really get along with anybody, and he has a babysitter who's played by Samara Weaving, who's really fucking hot. Not just like in general, but like in the movie, like they make sure that she's a sex bomb and that the kid's infatuated with her. And so his parents are going away for the weekend, and she's going to be babysitting him the whole weekend, and then he finds out that she's part of a cult, and chaos ensues. Now, it's a horror comedy, so it's meant to be played a lot for the laughs, and there's a great scene with Bella Thorne that I thought was really actually pretty damn funny. And there's a couple other things too that are pretty goddamn funny in this movie as well. But overall, it just feels like a little scatterbrained. Like, it's enjoyable, and I like the kills, and I like the comedy, and I like some of the comedy and some of the kind of stylistic choices that are being done in the film in terms of some of the overlays and things. Sometimes it gets a little bit too much, but it just seems like it's almost just enough in this film to where it doesn't make it like really cringy, but it's still like kind of cringe. Like it's not a so bad it's good movie, right? And it's really kind of meta. It really knows itself, and that's kind of at times can be a little bit too much. Like, haha, yeah, we know we're playing a joke here. We know we're doing this for a joke. But in general, it's still a pretty enjoyable movie. So if you haven't seen it or you've been on the fence about watching The Babysitter, I'd definitely check it out. Like I said, some of the kills are really good. Some of the performances are pretty damn good. There's a guy that always has his shirt off. Don't know why. And they even make a note of it in the film, which is kind of funny. Like, that's what the meta stuff that I'm talking about. Like, here's this guy running around constantly with the shirt off, and he's like, why do you have your shirt off? And he never explains it. And I think that's pretty damn funny. And I think that works relatively well. But it seems like the kills of the cultists that are there, because this all revolves around a blood cult, it seems like things like pick up really, really quick. Like, I want a little more time with them and kind of a little more interesting like backstory, stuff like that. So it's not a great movie. Like, I think I've seen some people like rant and rave of how good the movie is. I don't feel that way. I think it's just a good movie. That's why, I give it, a 3 out of 5 glass to the necks. It's right in the middle of the road. You'll get a lot of entertainment out of it, but at the end of it, it's kind of, to me, it feels forgettable. Like, I'm gonna remember parts of it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have to, watch this again sometime. Probably won't. My wife was watching it with me, and she was cringing the whole time. She's like, oh God, not this, and I know that has something to do with, like, part of my enjoyment with the film. Sometimes I love it when she can sit and watch a film with me and it grabs her attention enough so that she pays attention to the movie. And that it did it. But then that she, at the end of it, she's still like so hooked into it, especially if it's a movie she hasn't seen before, or it's a movie that's one of my favorites and she does that. So this is, it's not a classic. I think it'll be remembered fondly by a group of people, maybe that are probably younger than I am, but I think that it's still worth a watch. If you're on the fence about watching it, go ahead and watch the film. So that's it for today for 31 and 31. Don't forget to check out the other reviews. They should be showing up over here in on a playlist if you haven't seen them before. And don't forget to go check out the podcast, because we just started Rob Zombie Ween, and we're going to be doing a lot of Rob Zombie movies throughout the whole month. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.